First of all, I want to thank everyone for being here. This is a community of bungalows and 2 flats. Historically, always immigration into this community. They're well-built, constructed brick homes. A majority of them are frame homes as well. And so this has always been a working-class community, immigrant community, since its inception. And so we're very proud here to be here as well. We have worked very hard to make all of our neighborhoods a better place to live, to work, and raise a family. Since 1989, the City of Chicago has invested about $4 billion in local, state, and federal money to create, improve, and maintain more than 170,000 units of affordable housing. We've successfully fought for property tax relief for seniors, longtime homeowners, and others who need it to be able to stay in their homes. Improving the quality of life, of course, at schools, libraries, parks, police, fire stations, alleys, streets, sewers, all the things that go into complete infrastructure. We anticipated the foreclosure problem many years ago, began to address it. The city's foreclosure prevention program has served as national models, providing counseling and others to help thousands of residents. Unfortunately, foreclosure keeps moving on, getting bigger and bigger each year and every month, unfortunately. And now it's going into basically working families. One who's been laid off now can't reach the mortgage payments. And that would be a serious crisis, not only in Chicago, but in the metropolitan area as well. We have fought to break the rights of renters in foreclosure, and everybody forgets that renters many times lose out just as much as a homeowner. We have used more than $60 million in federal economic stimulus money to help return vacant buildings to productive use. And that's a big question, dealing with abandoned buildings, vacant buildings. They're in the court procedure. It's two years of foreclosure in Illinois. It becomes more of a problem. And we are concerned about that, working with banks as well as maybe with legislation. Keeping that American dream alive to own a home was always the key. America was to eventually own your own home. And one thing, if you invested in a home, the value would always been there. But again, we've seen the value depreciate by 50% or more, and that has been the problem. If value of real estate depreciates, that is a concern that all of us have. How do you bring value back to anything? Today we're talking about a program that has been doing just what we wanted to share, a proud moment with a woman who's about to move in this home as a first-time homeowner. Teresa Diaz, for welcoming her today. She'll become the owner of this house. She has been in the CHA Housing Chicago Choice Voucher Program for 10 years, has led the dream of home ownership in this recession. Now you think of that. You talk about something exceptional. This is exceptional, that someone's moving into their home. She began participating in the Chicago Housing Authority Choose to Own program, which helped those with federal housing vouchers to make the transition from renting to owning. This program allows participants to set aside part of their federal housing voucher towards their future home ownership, which is the key. I mean, you think just setting aside. It uses community partnership to provide a comprehensive support network that includes financial assistance, home buyer education, credit counseling, and other services to help families navigate the process, increase the chances of success as homeowners. She is the 300th person to close on a home purchase to Choose to Own, and no active CTO participants are in foreclosure. Now that is remarkable. Underline that. None of the 300 people are in any foreclosure crisis. That's pretty amazing in our current economic condition. It's a real testament both to the both to the program, the CHA voucher holders who have taken part of it, because that has been their dream. Especially in these difficult times, all of us must work hard to help more people in more communities remain in their home. And that's why we're actively seeking help and assistance from the banks. Once a home becomes vacant and abandoned, that has a huge effect upon the block, that huge effect upon the schools and everything else when you see 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 abandoned buildings. So programs, Tax Smart program, which provides annual tax credit to qualified home buyers to reduce their federal income tax, city lots for city living, which allows developers to purchase vacant city-owned property for affordable housing activities. And the big question is whether or not someone can build a new home. Because if you build a home and the value is cut in half by 50%, it's hard to build a home. Right. And so that's why we're looking at more of the foreclosed homes to move people in. And so that has become the economic crisis in America. Is your home worth what you build? And that has become a major problem for banks, and as well as people want to build new homes. New Homes for Chicago provides purchase price subsidies to moderate income buyers and low cost lots to developers. Again, if you keep reducing it, then what is the value of the new construction? If you build it for $300,000, they value it at $150,000. That is not a good investment for anyone, and that's what we're concerned about. The Emergency Housing Assistance Program, which uses CDBG money to make emergency furnace, roofs, and porch repairs for low-income families. The TIF Improvement Program uses finance to help homeowners make exterior improvements, which are important. The roofs, the walls of buildings and things like that outside, which is really important. Again, many of these programs we're working on, but the housing crisis is much more difficult than anybody could ever conceive, not in just Chicago, in the metropolitan area, in the nation. And that is something, until the economy, we fix that, and we are struggling with the economy. And that is the major problem that America has. Thank you.